My name is Pemberton, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm a painter and a glass blower. I dabble in textiles, and I run a nonprofit. This week at the Museum of Glass, I am working to translate some quilt patterns that I've been studying into glass Marini patterns, making some intricate sort of tiles that will eventually adorn the surface of some vessels. This whole interest started when I was gifted a book called Sweetgrass by Sonia Clark, who was the department head at Virginia Commonwealth University where I was going to school, and it was about those sweetgrass baskets. She knew that I was looking at them and was vaguely interested, and that act of her giving me that book or turning me on to that text felt in a way like I was being given permission to investigate my African roots. And I am of mixed race, and so sometimes I felt a little bit like it wasn't my place to investigate that sort of work or those sorts of interests in my work. And ever since then, I've had this interest in celebrating the makers who came before me in my lineage, potentially, and sort of inventing a history.
Yeah, I want to go from the balconies there.
The one pattern that we've been focusing on a lot the last few days is the log cabin quilt block. So on the Underground Railroad, there was this block that if you saw it on a quilt that was, say, hanging from a clothesline or on the outside of a barn or a home, you knew that that was a place that would be safe for you to stop and rest on your journey to freedom. And so I'm looking at that particular pattern and seeing how many different variations I can get by switching up the colors and the rotation of the Marini tiles. I also have a painting practice, so I do a lot of portraits and interiors of people who have historically not been included in the conversation in galleries and museums in terms of historical portraiture, people whose bodies fall outside of that, and who are typically depicted in moments of trauma or being extraordinary. I try to show people just existing. It's just been a really amazing opportunity already. We're only halfway through, and I knew it would be special to have this amazing team here at the museum work on my designs, but there's all these little things I didn't anticipate, like how the work and the designs would develop with the minds of all of these craftspeople. They're not just technicians, they all have their own background in art and in craft that is informing the stuff that we're making this week. And so yeah, I'm gonna leave with a lot to mull over and expand upon, so I'm really excited about that. I've got a lot of things sort of on the horizon. One particular opportunity that I'm really excited about is an exhibition at the Mint Museum in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm also doing a lot of work through the nonprofit Crafting the Future that I co-founded and am the director of. We have an event series called Better Together. The last time I was on this hot shop floor was for the closing demonstration for the Tacoma Glass Art Society conference. We've got one coming up at the end of this month, actually, at the Pittsburgh Glass Center. So getting ready for that, really excited. We'll have a team of black and brown craftspeople coming from across the country to celebrate one another and invite the public in to learn about glassmaking through our lens. So those are a couple things that I'm really excited about.